Welcome, my name is Ken Najorka, Najorka Performance Horses. I am here at Middle Tennessee State University with CHA, Certified Horsemanship Association. And what we're going to talk about today with these two young ladies, which we have Jordan and Slick, and then we have JoBeth and Finn. We would like to work on proper seat, your proper equitation with both styles of riding, English and Western. So what we're going to think about is that imaginary straight line that you want to work with your shoulder, hip, down to your heel. We always want to think about keeping the heels down. The biggest mistake people make, those heels come up. When those heels come up, I kind of like to say, these come up, this comes up. So we always want to think about heels down. If you let your heels come forward, you're going to come back. It's going to put you out of balance. They like to say you kind of get behind the horse. So you're riding and actually kind of playing catch up with that horse. You're going to have to work harder. Your hips are going to actually drive that horse to go a little bit faster. If you're here, those heels are forward, you're also more apt to lose that stirrup. It's easier for that stirrup to pop forward and end up losing and getting yourself in trouble. So again, right back to be nice and straight with the imaginary line, and this applies both with the Western and the English rider. Nice and tall, looking where you're going, so you can stay straight on top of that horse, keeping those heels down. Whether it's the Western or English, so much is the same. We want to still think of that nice straight line, shoulder, hip, heel. When a lot of people ride, they let that heel drift back. When it comes back, that heel comes up. She gets out of balance. One part we need to think about with this also for safety is if you start leaning. If you lean, you're more apt to get out of balance. She can push on this leg, but she can't push with the off leg. So if she stays nice and straight, that imaginary line, if something goes wrong, you can stay centered on top of the horse. It's a battle that we all fight with, and we always need to keep practicing it. You know, keeping those heels down, that correct equitation in our riding. What I'd like to do is have my young lady here demonstrate, see if she's in balance by standing straight up and holding her form. There we go, nice and tall. So right here, she's staying nice and tall, nice line, still coming down through. Her heels are nice and deep to where she can absorb that horse through this part of the leg. There we go. And you go ahead and sit down. This is a great exercise to practice when you're just warming up. Stand up a little bit, sit down, see how long. A lot of times I'll have them stand up 4, 5, 6 strides, 10 strides, the entire arena. I'll build to help the horse and rider work together. With doing that, that helps you build that core. It helps strengthen the core and helps you maintain that nice perfect line. With the hand, I like to keep the elbows in, and from the elbow, a nice straight line towards the bit. A nice line between the two. You want to think about a very soft hand. You want to be able to hold an egg in your hand without breaking the egg, to develop that softness with the hands. The English, you're going to ride a little bit more contact. We're going to talk a little bit about the Western with the hands. What she's doing here, she's riding one-handed with a show hand. You can ride left-handed or right-handed. If you're showing, a lot of times it's better to ride with your left hand, because a lot of the things you would do are going to be with your right hand. Throw in a rope, opening and closing a gate. So if you're right-handed, you should practice with your left hand. They're going to ride on a softer rein. So riding one hand, they're expected to move off of the neck reins. So that's why she has her hand there and in front of the horn, just nice and calm. Still thinking about that softness in the hand. Never want to squeeze hard enough to break an egg. She's holding the rein. She's got her pointer finger between the reins, and then the tail of the rein hangs down on her left side. If she was holding the reins in her right hand, the tail of the reins would be on the right side of the horse. This helps keep them nice and balanced. Now what she's doing here, she's doing a really great job with her hands. She has her right hand forward. I like this style with the right hand forward. It keeps your shoulders square. Everything is about being square on the horse. If you drop that hand back, you have a good chance dropping that shoulder back. Either way, if you're riding right-handed to left-hand forward, either direction, it keeps that shoulder nice and square. Whether it's the English or Western, the rider's head, their position plays a big role. If they're looking up, it's easier to have that nice straight line. Same with the English rider. If she's looking up, looking forward, to keep her nice and balanced. If she's here looking down, she can easily get out of balance. We're going to talk a little bit about, once you're riding, how the movement of the horse can affect your body. What you want to think about, whether you have Joe Beth on the English horse or Jordan over here on the Western horse, when you're riding, you want to move with that horse. You want to find that rhythm with that horse. You want to think about loosening up and just feel that flow. And the straighter you are on top of that horse, the more it's going to help you to be able to flow with the horse. If you were to start leaning, or if you were to get out of balance either to the left or to the right, leaning forward, even right there, when I lean forward, my heels want to come up. If I lean back, my toes want to come up. So when I'm riding, I would think about that balance and staying straight on top of these horses. And it takes a lot of practice to be able to feel that horse. You want to become fluid with the horse. This is Ken Najorka with Najorka Performance Horses here at Middle Tennessee State University with CHA, Certified Horsemanship Association, with our educational safety tip for the day.